Going to hit record, and then anybody else that hops on can just follow along with us. So welcome to the team, guys. I'm so excited to have you all here. It is a Wednesday, August 5th. It's our first coach training, so I'm really excited to have you all here. And I just wanted to start out with just telling you a little bit about myself in case you haven't heard who I am. I've been coaching now, though, for 17 months. I'm a 6-star diamond coach for Beachbody. And I was a teacher before I became a stay-at-home mom. I was actually a teacher for 8 years. I had my master's degree in special education. And when I got pregnant with my son, Landon, who's now 3, I knew that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And it was something that me and my husband felt really strongly about. We knew that that was going to happen once I had him. So I got pregnant with Landon. And after 8 years of teaching and the master's degree and all that schooling and all the teacher tests, I handed in my paperwork and, resigned from my teacher position. And we knew things were going to be really tight for ourselves because, my husband has a really good job, but we still knew that we were going to have to make sacrifices along the way. So things got really tight for us financial-wise. We were really struggling, and my husband was doing all kinds of side jobs. He was doing videography, photography. He was doing website development. He runs a skiing forum, plus he was doing his full-time job. And believe it or not, all of that was still not enough. So I started tutoring on the side, like 4 or 5 nights a week, just to make ends meet. And each month, guys, our bills and our debt just kept sinking further and further and further down. I mean, it was crazy the amount of debt that we got ourselves into. I had my daughter when I found out actually that I was pregnant with Kirsten when Landon was only 10 months old. And so we were really excited to have another baby because we want to have a big family if things are allowed and everything goes smoothly. But at the same time, we were still really stressed out about it. How are we going to make ends meet? The hospital bill was going to be at least $6,000 out of pocket because my husband's insurance really isn't that great. And so we were really stressed out. And so flash forward now to my daughter's born, and right around the time when she's 4 months old was when my husband was like, something needs to be done. You're going to have to go back to work. You're going to have to go back and get a teaching job. And it was at that time that I happened to actually meet my coach, who I didn't know. And she happened to mention the coaching opportunity to me. And I didn't jump on board. I didn't hop on right away. I had actually done P90X 6 years ago with my husband, and we got into awesome shape. We were in an infomercial for it and everything. So we were real true believers of the products and the programs. But even with that, it was mostly my husband. He was the most skeptical person about it ever. He's a really thick-headed German guy, and he was just, he knew all his stuff about his businesses. He's the one with the MBA in entrepreneurship, and I was just a first-grade teacher, so what did I know? So I kind of just followed along, in his footsteps, and, I didn't decide to coach. So for 3 months, I dragged my feet until finally we sat down and we're like, you know what? Give it a shot. Give it a month or two. See how it goes. And thank God I gave it a shot, guys, because here I am 13 months later now, and we went from having $35,000 worth of credit card debt totally paid off to a business that I have built from nothing up into a 6-figure business right now. So, and that's a direct correlation, guys, between the amount of work that I put into this and the amount of time and the amount of hours. And it's totally possible. Everyone moves at different speeds. But I just wanted to tell you guys that, you have this incredible opportunity right now, laying right in front of you. And it's so unbelievable how it can totally change things for your life. So everyone comes into this for different reasons and different goals. When I first got into this, let me tell you right now, I did not have any kind of big goals for this. I was 30 pounds heavier. I got into it because I needed to make some extra money to pay off the bills, to offset them so that I didn't have to go back to work. So for me, there was no plan B. I was not going back to work. I don't care if it killed me. So that was my first initial thing. And I also wanted to lose 30 pounds because I was 30 pounds heavier. So I didn't have any big, huge goals like this. I didn't have a certain number that I wanted to make, nothing like that. It was just, let's just make some kind of money here to help me offset the bills. I've always loved being on teams. I always grew up playing sports and doing track and basketball and swimming and all that. So we'll do this and see how it goes. So I'm really excited to have all you guys here. And the first thing that I wanted to start off with, I just wanted to make sure that you guys all have it written down that I want you guys to all get the Slight Edge book. And it's by Jeff Olson. And I'll post it in the page. If you don't already have the book, definitely get that book, because that's the book that is going to, there it is, Lauren's holding it up. And it is going to totally change just everything for you. Just even with your daily behaviors in your life, it's going to make things better. So it's not just about the business, but it just teaches you too that it's those small little insignificant things that you do every day that compound over time that make the big difference. So these little things that seem like so easy to do, they're just as easy not to do. But if you choose to do them, then they compound over time, and you will just be amazed with how things in your life can change for just things in your life and with the business. So make sure that you get that book. What you're going to want to do now that you guys are all coaches, I'm really excited for you. You are going to want to launch your business on Facebook. So what that means is you're going to want to put a post up on Facebook, and I have mine that I will actually post in the university page after this so that you can use it as a template if you want. And basically just letting people know that you're a Beachbody coach now and that you're on this new journey, and kind of just, you know, be honest and real with them and be authentic and just tell them like why you got into this. And you might not be where you want to be right now. I mean, heck, when I started, like I said, guys, I was 30 pounds heavier. So I wasn't anywhere near where I wanted to be. But I knew that I wanted to do this because I wanted to try to earn some extra money. I wanted to be part of a team so I could get extra support so that I could reach my health and fitness goals. So I'll post mine on the page, and then you guys can tweak it if you want. Do whatever what you want with it to just make it your own. And that should go up. You should put that up tomorrow. So you want to put that up as soon as possible so that people know that you're a coach now. Otherwise, if you don't put that out there, people aren't going to, they're not going to know. So what you're going to want to do then is you are going to want to decide, and you're going to want to be honest with yourself and be real with yourself here. Okay? First of all, you have to be honest and decide if this is going to be just a hobby for you, or if this is going to be like you want this to turn into, you know, like a six-figure business and more. So if you want this to be a hobby, that's totally fine. So some people might be in this to just earn a little bit of extra money to go on vacations, or just earn a little bit of extra money to pay the bills, or a little bit of extra money so that they can go out to eat with their friends and just do social things like that. And that's totally fine. You can do that. And then if you want to be in this though, to build this into like your business, a really big, you know, business, then you're going to have to be putting in a little bit more time. The most important thing that I can tell you though, guys, is that everybody has crazy busy schedules. So sit down and just make a schedule of your day and actually jot out business hours, because this is something that I didn't do at the beginning when I first started, and I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off, and I was so overwhelmed and stressed out. But just be realistic with how your day-to-day schedule is, and just block off certain times every single day. It's okay if it's only 10 minutes one day, or if it's like 20 the next. Maybe the next day, then it's an hour. So it doesn't have to be the same amount of time every single day. You're just going to work with what you've got so that you don't get completely overwhelmed. And you're going to make sure that you stay consistent with it. So that's the key to this business, is just making sure that you are actually doing something for your business to grow your business every single day. So make sure that you guys do that right away, tomorrow or tonight. All right. So I want to talk about the 3 most important things for this business. So the 3 most important things for this business are called the 3 vital behaviors. So what that means is you want to be proof of the product. So that means that you want to make sure you're drinking your Shakeology every single day. Make sure that you are committed to a workout program. And if you have a program that you ordered, you're going to want to make sure that you get yourself into a challenge group. So that way you can just see what it's like and see how the team works together to support one another, and then you can be part of that. And you're going to want to make a post about your journey every single day. Because the thing is, if you post on Facebook and you let everybody know that you're a Beachbody coach now, you're a health and fitness coach, and you're looking to help other people reach their health and fitness goals, they're going to be watching you very closely, even though you think that they're not. Even if they don't like a post you put up, even if they don't comment on a post, they're going to be watching you. So you want to make sure that you are consistent. That's the main thing here. And make a post every single day about something about your health and fitness journey. So you could put up a picture of a Shakeology recipe that you did with you in it. You could put up a workout picture. You could put up a recipe. You could put up some kind of motivational quote, something, but you want to personalize it. You really want to stay away from going to the Beachbody website and pulling up like the stock images from like 21 Day Fix or T25 and throw them on your wall. You want to make it as much your own as possible. So if you got the 21 Day Fix in the mail, you can take out all the little containers and you can put them up on the counter, and you can take a picture of that and say, when you're starting, and make it all personal. But you want to do something every day, because if people go to look at your wall, they want to see that you're serious about this and that you're consistent and that you're someone that's reliable, and then they'll be more likely to go to you and have you as their coach. They're going to feel more confident. All right. So make sure that you're committed, and make sure you find a way, a certain time during the day when you're going to be fitting in your Shakeology every single day. The third vital behavior is your personal development. So that'll be the Slate Edge book when it comes in, or it doesn't even need to be a book. It could even be just YouTube videos from other top coaches in the company if you want. It could be just audio tapes. I like to listen to Jim Rohn a lot. He's really good. So as long as you're doing like 10 minutes a day, that's all that I really have time for, honestly, at this point. That's fine. It doesn't matter. Just as long as you're doing a little bit every single day to help yourself grow as a person. It'll help you be so much more successful in the business. And especially as you grow and you get bigger with this and you start to bring in a team, it's going to help you be a better leader. So the 3 vital behaviors, totally crucial. And like I said, they're so easy to do, right? There's such simple things to do. Just be proof the product works. Okay, and do those few simple things. Just make sure to get them in every day, because sometimes you can get a little frazzled and then you forget them. And it really is, this business is all about getting the ball rolling and getting the momentum going. So once you get that ball going, things are going to start to really skyrocket for you guys with this. All right. One of the main things here that you're going to want to do, your first goal for this month, is you are going to want to shoot for Success Club. And some of you guys may have heard this before, but this is really important. So Success Club is based on a point system. And what happens is when you sell a challenge pack to someone, so if you sell like Shakeology and a workout program, you get 2 points for it. So in Beachbody, we have Success Club 5 and we have Success Club 10. So Success Club 5 would be, I usually just do 3 challenge packs, which would give you Success Club 6. And then Success Club 10 would be 5 challenge packs that you sold to someone. And Success Club is really the foundation for your business. If you're in this for a hobby, like I was saying earlier, you're going to want to hit Success Club 5. That's going to be your thing. You're going to focus on just helping and finding 3 people this month to get started on their health and fitness journey, to put these 3 people into a challenge group and help support them. That's what you're going to focus on, 3 people. If you're in this to build a business, then you're going to focus on Success Club 10. You're going to bring in 5 people, and you're going to just do that every single month. And guys, I tell all the coaches on my team, hitting Success Club, it's non-negotiable. So it's not something that you're like, maybe I'll hit Success Club 5 this month. I hope I hit it. Jot down on your paper, I will hit Success Club 5, or I will hit Success Club 10 by the end of the month, and it will happen. Really, if you guys have your goals and you have that written out in front of you, so when you go to sit down and work on the business and you're looking at it before you do your work every day, things just kind of start to align for you every day, and it will happen and beyond. All right. So like when I got into this business, I didn't even I didn't even question it. It was like, all right, I'm going to get myself to Success Club 10, and I'm going to get my husband, because I run his account, to Success Club 5 at least every single month, and I've been able to make it happen. So I find that if you write it down, it's so much more achievable. So you're going to want to try to do that. Now, in order to make this happen, guys, all right, I have different scripts and things like that I use, that I reach out to people to help them get started on their health and fitness journey. And some of you guys might already have them, but if you don't, it's all right. I'll post them up in the team page for you guys. And I just, I say to message, if this is a hobby for you guys, so Success Club 5, you're going to think about messaging or inviting 5 new people every day to join a challenge group and to help get them started on their health and fitness journey. And you're going to do just 5 a day. Literally, it takes like 3 minutes. It's very quick. If you want to do this and build a big business over time, then you're going to shoot for 10 people every single day. And the follow-up is really important. So I'm going to also attach in the page for you guys all my follow-up messages, because it's really important. A lot of times when you send that first message, you won't hear back from anybody. So that's normal. You'll see that they've seen it on Facebook, which is always exciting. You see the little check mark go there, and then they don't write back. And it's like, are they not going to write back? What the heck's going on? But a lot of people, seriously, they just get so busy that they totally forget about it. So the action is really in the follow-up. So you're going to want to stay consistent with your posts on Facebook every single day. You're going to want to make sure that you're reaching out and messaging people every single day. You kind of do have to come a little bit out of your comfort zone, guys. And you don't have to worry. Don't worry about annoying people. It's a common thing to feel this way. I felt like that too at the beginning. I didn't want to bother people. I felt like maybe I would be, aggravating or annoying to them. But seriously, after a while, when you realize that you're in this, your sole reason why you're in this is because you want to try to help people get healthier. And that's Beachbody's main mission, is to end the trend of obesity. That's what it is. So you're in this and you're reaching out to people trying to help them. And 95% of the time, the people are so happy that you reached out. You'll be getting messages on your wall, like pretty soon. You'll be getting private messages from people just thanking you and being so appreciative for actually reaching out to them and telling them about this, really. And that's what feels really so good about this. It's so rewarding when you go to bed at night knowing that you made a difference in someone's life that day. So you have to stick with it, and just make sure, guys, like I said, that you do this every single day. Don't get discouraged. This isn't, I'm not going to sit here and say that, this is a quick fix business, that this is a get rich quick scheme, that this is anything like that at all, because it's so far from that. So you guys need to have the long-term vision. Sorry, my nose is like so itchy. There's like I think like a dog hair or something on it. It's like, you really have to have like the long-term vision for this business. And stick with those daily behaviors every single day. And over time, they will compound and you will be just psyched with the fact that you are running your own business. So that's another thing right there, guys, that you need to remember, that this is your own business. You aren't going to have somebody breathing down your neck. So I'm not going to be on you guys. Your upline coach isn't going to be like on you telling you what to do. So you are your own boss. You have to be willing to take the initiative and to go out there and to get the ball rolling. And we have tons of support and tons of training for you guys. And we're willing to answer any kind of questions that you have. Like, we're always there for you. No one on the team ever gets annoyed if you're asking a question. We always want to help because we want to see you guys have success too. So you do have to keep in mind, though, that this is your business. And what you put into it is what you'll get out of it. So just remember that, really, like what you put into this, it's a direct correlation between what you're going to get out of it. But I can tell you guys that seriously, it is really worth it. It's so worth it with how your life could change down the road. I mean, I remember getting into this and like hearing all my upline coaches have these crazy stories about retiring their spouses and up and moving to places and paying cash for their house and these crazy things. And it was never, ever on the radar. But once you get into this, guys, and you actually stick it out, it's like, wow, this could actually really happen. So I'm just really, really excited. Every time I get new coaches in, I get so pumped up for everybody because I just can't wait to see where this takes you guys. All right, let me just check over my notes real quick here. I want to make sure I got everything. All right. I think I got a lot of stuff here. It's okay to be totally overwhelmed. I'm just telling you that right now. So feeling completely overwhelmed, like your head is spinning and like you're never going to figure this out is totally normal, because I thought that too, and every coach feels that way. It took me probably a good 3 months before I finally was like, all right, I'm starting to kind of understand this now. This is making sense. This is one of those businesses that you can't sit home and study and not do anything for. So this business is all about doing. You learn as you go. That's the only way you're going to learn, is by actually getting out there and doing. And make sure you guys can reach out to me. You can reach out to your upline coach. You can post in the team page. There's a lot of great support in that page for you guys. We're all here to help you with whatever you need. So don't ever hesitate. Don't feel like you have to figure things out on your own, because you're not alone. You have a huge team here to help you, and always happy to help you. So just keep that in mind. Don't feel like you have to do this all on your own here. And let's see here. I know I had one more thing, guys, that I wanted to say, and now I'm like, my mind is just blinking out a minute here. All right. I think that's pretty much it. So before I go, and before I ask if there's any more questions, I like to kind of leave with like a call of action. So that way you guys are actually getting out and you're doing something. So, you know, your little homework assignment is to at least draft up how you're going to launch your business, that post that you're going to make tomorrow at some point, letting everybody know that you're a Beachbody coach. By next week's call, what I want everybody on this call to find one person that they can help get started on their health and fitness journey. So that means one challenge pack. You guys should all be able to find just one person, and that'll give you Success Club 2. You'll get 2 points. And you really want to get the ball rolling with this, guys, because your first 3 months is what's called Success Starters. And that's if you hit Success Club your first 3 months. And it's really important to make that happen, because you will get a free ticket to the Beachbody Coach Summit next year in Nashville. So I don't know if any of you guys saw like our videos from when we were just there about a month ago, but it is like awesome. It is seriously the most like incredible event you will ever go to. And it's like, it's so hard to put into words. Like, you seriously just have to be there to experience, like, seriously all the inspiration. And like, it's just unbelievable, these stories that these people have, like, just like people like so, you know, like unhealthy for so long. And then because of, you know, a coach and a program or an infomercial or whatever, they lost like over 100 pounds. And you hear all this, and you hear leaders in the company, and it's just like the biggest Beachbody event that you can ever go to. But my point is that your only chance to actually get into this event, because it's actually sold out, is by hitting Success Club your first 3 months now and getting a free ticket. So Beachbody saved, and they reserved 5,000 spots for all new coaches like you guys, so that if you hit Success Club, you'll have a spot at least and you can get in. So this is your chance. So you guys are totally capable of helping 3 people get started on their health and fitness journey this month. So before next week's call, I want everyone to focus on just finding one, so you can get Success Club 2. You'll get the 2 points. You can post in the page when you've made it happen, when you've locked it in, so we can cheer you on, and it'll help give the others more motivation. And then just keep in mind, guys, that, you know, we run these trainings every single month, and it's always so great because we get all this engagement and interaction at the very beginning, and people show up on the calls, and then slowly as the weeks go on, people start to dwindle away. So don't let that be you guys. Because the people who end up here on that last call, those are the ones that end up doing extremely well with this business and soaring with this. It happens every single month. So you just have to make that decision and make that commitment to yourself, and just take it seriously. All right, I'm going to end with, I have a quote here that I'm going to end with, and then I will open it up in case you guys have any questions. So this is one of my quotes here, one of my favorite ones. It's by Jim Rohn. I love him, and he's just so inspirational. I just love reading his quotes. So if you want more, you have to become more. For things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. For things to improve, you have to improve. If you grow, everything grows for you. And I just love that so much because it is so true. If you notice, like if you look at your life, like right now where it is, you know, maybe you're making small changes, but the only way that you are going to see change is if you change yourself. Otherwise, things in your life, everything about it are going to always remain the same. And I always tell people that if I hadn't got into Beachbody and I had looked back on my life before this, you know, I would honest to God be able to say that I had a really good life. You know, I was a teacher. I always wanted to be a teacher. I have 2 beautiful, healthy kids, you know, a great marriage. I travel, I get to do this and that and the other thing. Everything was good. But then I started to realize once I got into this, that is just settling, really. Saying that you have a good life it is. You're just settling. You can honestly be living the best life. And I didn't even think like that before for some reason. I don't know. I was just like, things are good. I mean, things are fine. They're good. But this is true. I mean, you have one life, guys, and this is your chance. You should be living the best possible life starting now. And so this is the opportunity for you. It's all wrapped up in a pretty bow, and you are the driver of your car, and you can decide how fast or slow you want to drive it. But just keep that belief in yourself and keep your commitment with this and keep consistent, and you will have the opportunity of a lifetime, honestly, to create the best life for you and your family, because that's what you guys all deserve. So I hope that you guys got a lot from this call tonight. I'm going to be posting up, you know, my scripts in the page, my follow-up messages, and I'll post up my launch post so that you guys can see, so you can use it as a template as you want, if you want. So why don't we open up, if anybody has any questions about anything, feel free to just unmute yourself and you can ask, or you can type it in the chat box below if you don't feel like unmuting. Anybody have anything they want to say or share? Or oh, good, right here. Do you want me to unmute you? Okay, let me get to it. Okay. Hi, Melissa.
Hi. So my question is, I have a lot of customers that have heard of like one thing or the other, the Shakeology or the 21-day fix, or they think that all we do is like turbo and insanity, and they associate it with like CrossFit and like getting ripped, and they don't want to do that. Like they don't want to be throwing couches and doing crazy things. They want to get in shape, right? And that's what I thought.
Right.
But my question is, I'm having a hard time from the coach website finding like an informational thing to send them directly from me, instead of just sending them to the Beachbody general page.
Yeah.
They seem to be overwhelmed with all that information.
Yeah, okay. All right, so I can type out, you can actually go right into the Coach Online office, and there's a couple little steps, so I don't want to like say it all out because it's like a bunch and I don't want to confuse you, but I'll type it all out for you. But yeah, you can actually go right in, and you can go and you can check every program, and you can click it, and it'll say exactly like all about the program and how many days it is, just everything they need to know, basically. I also have a bunch of templates too already already done up. So if you want to, I can email them to you as well too.
Yeah,
you know, honestly, like, you know, do what works for you with this business. You know, I'm going to tell you, for me, really the like most popular program, what's worked for me was the 21-day fix. Like I've sold hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of those, even with the fact that I've done pretty much every program for Beachbody. I've done T25, I've done P90X, I've done Insanity, all that. And you know, in PiYo, all those programs, I try to promote that, and haven't really had too much luck. I'm not saying that you're not going to have luck with it, but I just never had too much luck. And I'm not sure if it's because the program, those ones tend to be longer programs, like they're 60-day or 90-day. So maybe they're for people who are just looking for like a more long-term thing. But, and like maybe it's hard for them to kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. But with a 21-day fix, I just love it, because literally, it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you've ever worked out a day before in your entire life. It doesn't matter if you are in really good shape and you want a challenge. Like, it's for everyone. And it's awesome because it's 21 days and it lays it out for you. I mean, it really couldn't be any more simple to follow. It's got the nutrition plan with it all laid out. You know, the workouts are only 30 minutes, and it's 21 days. So you see really good results after 21 days.
Yeah.
So honestly, like for me, when I actually reach out to people and I invite them to my challenge group, I always just focus on, like, my script that I send my coaches is all targeted for the 21-day fix. So try out like what works for you, you know, and if you find that it's not working, then maybe try it for the 21-day fix and use my script that I'm going to put up. Obviously, like when you start talking to them, like based on what they say they're looking for, like 21-day fix might not be the right program for them, you know? So then you can guide them in the direction based from there. But I found that I've had really good success with that program, and I've literally been using the same exact script for that since day one as a coach. I mean, I didn't even have, first of all, guys, I had a horrible experience with Shakeology. So I hadn't even had my Shakeology arrive in the mail yet, and the only experience I had of it was that I hated it. And I hadn't had my 21-day fix yet, hadn't arrived, and I was 30 pounds heavier. And I still, that night when I signed up to become a coach, it was like 9:30 at night. I asked my coach, so what do I do now? And she's like, well, just kind of lay low, you know, probably not much is going to happen this first week. And that's okay. Just lay low, blah, blah, blah. And I hung up the phone and I'm like, I don't have time to lay low. Like, I have to prove to my husband that I am going to do well with this and I am not going back to teaching. So I need to do something here. So I kind of like right off the bat started bringing people in. And you know, the way I promoted it with my script that I use, at that time I put in there, I said, you know, listen, I need to lose 30 pounds. I got to get back in shape here. Do you want to do this with me? I started off like that at the time. And then once I completed the first round, then I added in and said, I took that part out and said, you know, oh, I was able to lose 9 pounds and 8.5 inches on my first round. And so you tweak it kind of as you go based on your results, but it really is like an awesome program to have and promote. So I hope that helped you, but I will definitely post in the page and let you know how to get to those documents.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anybody else?
I just want to say too, real quick, on that note, YouTube has a lot of quick promotional videos for most of the programs, and they're only like 2 or 3 minutes long, and I find that's an easier way to share with somebody. So like, you know, if I'm giving them a list of different programs that they might like, I'll usually just send them a video because it's like 2 minutes, short and sweet. They get a preview of what they might get, or, you know, they can see what the vibe is. Some of the vibes are different through the program, so they can see what fits for them through there. And they might not even know who Shaun T is or who Tony Horton is, you know, like they might. And I find if they can relate to the person, sometimes that makes it a little easier too for them to want to do it. Like sometimes Tony's kind of like monotone, but he's very funny to sit there and watch. I guess he's funny. I don't know. I find the videos are a little more catchy, I guess, and they're through Beachbody, so they don't actually like bring you to the website or anything.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that, Lauren. I wanted to say to you guys that I actually haven't even used like any of those documents to send to people in probably like, I don't even know, like 11 months now. Like I pretty much, if they want more information, like I usually kind of talk to them a little bit about it and try to tell them what information they want to hear. But then if they want more, I'll send them like that quick video because it's just 2 minutes and it's just like bing, bang, boom, and it's done and they get to see it. And sometimes that does work a lot better than just sending them like the document. So you can try to see and tweak it and see what works best for you and the people that you're trying to connect with.
There's also videos for Shakeology too, right?
Oh yes, and so that's what I wanted to say too. There are a couple videos too for Shakeology that are really good. So I always use, and I don't even know if it's up in the training page. I'll put it up anyways. But if people want more information on Shakeology, I always send them either like one of two things. I either send them the 100 Doctors Don't Lie video, which is really good because it's doctors talking about it and just talking about like how healthy it is and what its benefits are. Or there's also a quicker one by Tony Horton that I really like. It's like Tony Horton in a grocery store. And it's really cool because it shows all the different things that are actually put into Shakeology and how much money you would actually be spending if you bought each thing individually versus the bag of Shakeology with everything already in it. So those are really helpful. And when you talk to people too, you know, just make sure to tell them. I mean, what really tends to hook the people is telling them that there's a 30-day, 100% bottom of the bag money back guarantee. So honestly, it's like, it's a win-win for them. If they use the entire bag for that entire month and they have nothing left and they are still not happy with their results, they can mail in the empty bag and get back all of their money. So people like hearing that, because then they know that, all right, I'm not going to be out money if something doesn't work out. So that's always good to throw in there. Another thing too, just, you know, really quick, I always put everybody in, like when I enroll people in the system, I always put everybody in as a coach, even if they don't want to work the business or not. You can put people in as a coach or a customer, but the reason why I put people in as a coach is because it saves them 25% off on their Shakeology when it gets shipped out the following month. And it also gets them 25% off on any other product or program that they want to buy going forward. So they don't have to sell anything. They're not obligated to do anything like what we're doing. They're not active coaches. They're just discount coaches, basically, is what we call them. They're in the system just taking advantage of the 25% off. Versus if they go in as a customer, then they're paying like full price for the Shakeology the following month. And it ends up being like $30 more for them. So usually, like, people always want to go in as a coach because it saves them money. And then it's good for you too, because it builds up your organization below you. All right. All right, any other questions before we hit the road? No? All right. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being on the call tonight. I'm really excited to have you all here on the team. You guys are going to be great. You have like awesome upline coaches here. Who has Lauren for the coach? Because I have Lauren on here right now. Oh, you're so lucky. Yep, she's an awesome coach, one of the top leaders. So I'm expecting to see some great things from you. Who else on here? Is Kelly's coaches on here? Jesse's. Oh, good. And then you're mine right here, Erin. Awesome. All right, guys, we are going to be awesome. All right, so if you have any questions, just make sure you reach out to me or your upline coach, post on the team page, and make the decision now, guys, that this is it. This is the beginning of something awesome for you and your family, and you are in full control of this, which is a great feeling. So I'm happy to have you guys here, and I hope you have a good night, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.